Welcome back to the Muppet Monster Adventure Let's Play. In this part we will be doing the first boss, which is Gonzo as Nosferatu. So, the interesting thing with this game is, this is the first boss, but he's not the boss for the first world. What they do actually is, you start in the first world, but the boss is actually for the next world. And when you beat him, then you are granted access to his world. Which actually means you do a big loop and end up back in the castle world, because the final boss is the castle, world boss. But this boss is pretty simple. It's a very patient one. You just have to dodge the skeletons and wait for Gonzo to start attacking, so you can then hit him back. It's pretty interesting. They made it so he has his little health bar in the top too, with his own version of the hearts, or differently coloured. And I think they have angrier faces, but it's very hard to tell because they're so tiny. But yeah, he starts shooting bats at us, and we just have to dodge and wait for the chicken to appear out the holes and then shoot him back. An interesting thing with the music again is in the boss fights. Like I mentioned before, in the levels, the music is very short. It's only a minute or 2 minutes long each time, and the levels are pretty long. The boss fights are usually very short, they only go on for a couple of minutes, but in the actual soundtrack, the music that plays for them is sometimes as long as 5 or 6 minutes. And I don't know if that's because they were originally intending for more to happen in the boss fights. There is actually very rare beta footage of the game, showing that the boss fights were going to be totally different, and it was actually going to be an up close and personal brawl with the Muppet monsters. But I think that was because they had some different ideas for some of the gameplay mechanics. So we're already on the final phase of the boss fight. Again, the boss fights in this game are pretty easy, except for it's only maybe one or two that might give a bit of trouble. But yeah, we're nearly done here. And throughout the whole boss fight, Gonzo's wanting to get hurt because of his his masochism character trait.
Robin. I prefer my flying with a cannon. I hit walls harder that way.
But yeah, that's Gonzo saved. And we're already done with the first boss, so that's the first world complete, and the first boss beaten. And then we can move on to the next one. So in the next part we'll be entering the Deadlands, and we'll be doing the first level, which is Grave Matters. So we'll see you in that part then.